Everybody, welcome back to a Steam Deck video this time, and we're going to be looking at Dirt Rally 2.0. And I think that maybe driving games have started to become some of my favourite games to play on the handhelds. Assetto Corsa on the ROG Ally, and Dirt Rally is really good on the Steam Deck. So the idea of these videos is we kind of try and answer the question, is it a good game? Is it a good game to play on the Steam Deck, and does it run okay? So the first thing I'd say is absolutely. Dirt Rally is a great game to play. It is very difficult. That's what I would say. So it's, I guess you'd say, kind of it's realistic. Now you can change things like the assists to make it easier, and I highly recommend you do that because you tend to find some of these more serious racing games, they're more designed for wheels and pedals rather than playing on a controller with thumb pads. However, what I would say, it's worth sticking with it, and there is an awful lot of content in Dirt Rally 2. Loads and loads of tracks. It does have Rallycross as well, where you're racing directly against other cars. Obviously, oh no, we've disqualified because we didn't start. Obviously, the idea with the rally is that it's a time trial, isn't it? That we've just got disqualified from. So let's restart. But with Rallycross, it's on like a track where some of it's tarmac, some of it's dirt, and you're up against other cars. So it's like a proper inverted racing game. So I definitely like that. Now, what I want to do though is we're just going to play a level which is part of the Colin McRae. I think it's Colin McRae. It might even be DLC, because when you buy Dirt Rally, it's so cheap at the moment anyway in the Steam sale. Buy the full version where you get everything, and the Colin McRae DLC allows you to play specific little bits from his history, if you like. So we're going to be racing a Mini through Scotland, which means I don't have to go that fast, and I probably won't crash. It plays very nicely. The frame rate is really good. My only real criticism of it would be the fact that the loading times can be a bit horrendous because these rally stages are absolutely huge. So before we get started, obviously got to say, I think if you think you might be interested in a rally game and you're willing to persevere, I'd definitely say pick up Dirt Rally 2.0, especially if you've got a VR headset, because Dirt Rally 2 does have VR support, and I've been playing on my MetaQuest 2, and that's been absolutely fantastic. I think as well, if you're not quite sure about driving games, the beauty with the driving game, and this is why I like them so much, is you can just pick it up, you can play for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then put it down, and because the controls are always pretty much the same in terms of triggers to do accelerating and braking, and then the thumbsticks to steer, you don't really have to remember much. So unlike some other games, when you pick up, say, a platform or a third person or a first person game, you've got to kind of remember what the controls are if you haven't played it for a while, or where you are in the story, where with racing games, you don't really need that. Now, I have turned off the assists in terms of it telling me which way to go. So I'm going to have to listen in to the fella who's giving me the instructions. Hopefully this... All right, here we go. Right, let me get this comfortable. In fact, I tell you what, before we start, let's hope we don't get disqualified. Performance overlay. Let's turn. Right, there we go, so you can see more. Right, let's go. So, FPS is top left hand corner. We're on mostly medium settings for this.
60, 5 left of a crest, and 5 right, opens, 50, 1 right, keep in, extra long, opens past logs, 40, 6 left tightens, into caution, 6 right of a crest past logs, into 5 left of a small crest tightens,
there we go.
into 3 right, into sudden open heavy left, opens too long, and 4 left tightens, into 3 right,
Oops.
long past logs, keep left over 100, 1 right and very long, opens and tightens, left long, opens to keep middle of a small crest, into early short for left, 50, 3 right of a crest, 60, 5 left, tightens 3, extra long, don't cut, rocks inside, opens long, past junction, 80, keep right of a jump, and 6 right of a jump, and 6 left of a jump, 40, 6 right of a small crest, 100, long bumpy crest, caution, sudden short, 3 left, short 3 right, and 3 left long, 40, 6 right long, tightens over bump, into 6 left, 60, keep middle of a jump, 90, keep right of a bump into short 4 left, into 3 right, very long of a crest, past junction, and 3 left of a crest, keep in, and 4 right, opens very long, into 6 left of a big crest, bump, and 6 left of a crest, very long, caution tightens 3 long, 40, 5 right of a crest, very long, 40, 6 left, very long, tightens, logs, 50, flat right of a small crest, 90, 4 left of a dip, very long, caution, keep middle of a long crest, 3 right long, past junction, opens to 6 right, extra long, tightens neat, log in, 50, short 4 right of a small crest, 60, early 4 left, 70, bump, 80, caution, keep left to crest, 7 4 right tightens.
Okay, so we'll pull up here and kind of look at the view. So there we go. So that hopefully should give you an idea of how amazing this game looks. The frame rate is really nice. Of course, the Steam Deck OLED screen looks great because you've got deep blacks and really bright brights. Remember, I do have a matte screen on my Steam Deck as well. In fact, let's pause that so we don't get disqualified. And it's really, really good. So I think this is another classic case of, with the Steam Deck, because it's not the most powerful processor in the world, it kind of has this sweet spot of game eras, if you like, from for if you go back to say 2000 and say 20 games before that, or what you tend to find is almost any PC game from that era, 20 and back, of which there are hundreds of amazing PC games. They run really, really well. Obviously, the Steam Deck can still, it can run things like Cyberpunk 2077, but you're always battling against frame rate and you have to make compromises in terms of the way it looks and all this sort of stuff, and with FSR and stuff. But with these older games, which look amazing, especially on the smaller screen where the pixels are all more dense, where a medium setting or even a low setting looks absolutely fantastic. You've got this treasure trove of games that you can download and you can play, and they look great, of which Dirt Rally 2 I think is almost an essential game. Now, it is very big. It's over 100 gigabytes, I think, so it's going to take a lot of room, so you're probably going to want to have stick it on your SD card, micro SD card, and that probably doesn't help with load times, actually, because I think I've got mine on my 1 gigabyte micro SD that I've got on the bottom. But I thoroughly enjoy my time with this, and I like the fact that I can just pick up my Steam Deck, turn it on, choose a stage, and then just jump in and just choose a car, jump in and just enjoy trying to drive fast and failing miserably, but in an environment where it's easy to remember the controls and stuff like that. Anyway, hopefully this has been useful. What do you think, though? Put your questions and comments down below. If you've enjoyed the video, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe. And of course, I will see you again soon.